Guys, welcome back to Wicked-Whiskers. In today's session, as mentioned in the thumbnail picture, we will have Sunday slick shave with this wonderful razor. And I must say that they have one very sneaky strategy, and that is they will provide you this razor stand. And you guess what happens when you have a razor which stands in front of your eyes all the time? You will probably use it much more often than you intend. So, speaking of slickness, today's soap is going to be Dendi. This is Fidel. I try to remember it from the head, what is it formulated. I think it is some sort of bergamot, cognac, something like that, but basically it is very nice, very refreshing, very manly, maybe a little bit vintage manly, because it scents like something which your granddad used to shave with, but not in a bad way. And as always, I rinse the puck and leave it like this, just to dry on the air naturally. So this scent is something like maybe something which you would scent in the old barbershops, you know. I used it a couple of times. I think I only filmed like once or twice. But it is sort of a Serbian artisan soap. You will have lots of positive feedback for it. Now, I didn't load the brush very heavily, because this kind of soaps is actually coming into that bracket of summertime soaps with a very nice, very slick, very light formula, which doesn't necessarily have that heavy tallow lather, you know. So the coverage is nice, it builds up the lather pretty easy. And you would need just to add few drops of water to activate it, but for everything else it is just nice light soap, very refreshing, something which you can pick any aftershave to match it. And just like that, we are done with the lathering. I almost dropped the Pearl Slick. I have about 2 days of beard growth. And the loaded blade is Perma Sharp. Now, my experience with single blade razors, as this one, which takes blade halves, is such that these blades actually last me like halfway through as the full DE blade, because I have one blade which is doing all the work. And the mechanics is pretty similar to any disposable blades. As you can see, the rinsing is much better compared with prefabricated disposables. And the only thing which is a little bit difficult for me right now is that this blade is already curved in such a way that if I'm trying to go very close to the skin, I would have to feel like the handle is pretty parallel with my face. Which I don't enjoy so much, but for the results it is shaving just nice. And it also has pretty nice weight. So it's like disposable razor on steroids. And yeah, I could easily just repeat everything with this residual slickness, but let's not push the luck. And let's squeeze everything from the brush. Now, I don't have much experience with other single blade razors, but Pearl Slick has pretty horizontal blade position, which makes the attack angle to the skin very perpendicular. And actually it comes really close to the skin. I could say that this is like 1/2 of a R41, for example. And when I perform this cleanup pass, it actually has very nice, very elegant angle to the skin. So it is very comfortable. I hope I'm not going too fast right now because it is super slick. Cleaning up the whiskers just fine. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful shave with Pearl Slick. I saw it in some European online stores. It comes about 15 to 18 euros, depending on are you going to get yourself the stand or just the razor. I don't think you can get the stand separately, but for everything else it is, yeah, just skimming the skin, very nice. And when it's paired with a nice blade like Permasharp, there is absolutely no issues with leftovers. It actually catches my bare skin. because there is not so much leftovers, it's just about the angle how it grabs the whiskers. And also not surprised that it is rinsing nice. So very nice, very direct razor. If you're not bothered with blade snapping and you want something handy just to grab it and use it, this is wonderful option. Now again I had a couple of pimples, one large one in here, but we will rinse the soap residues, and yeah, it is squeaking clean. So very nice smooth shave. Excellent marketing trick to call this razor sleek. So the people at Pearl Shaving are actually keeping an eye on wet shaving community, so they know what words to use. And let's see, with splash of Brion, yeah, I don't have any particular sensation, no burning, maybe just small on these pimples, and for everything else, nice, beautiful razor to look at, very comfortable to use. I don't have any issues with this unloading mechanism. Now my fingers are wet, so I cannot unscrew it. But let's see. Okay, and we will check how the blade stands. So after 2 shaves it is sticked with the top cap, but in overall, very nice, very handy dandy razor. So what else can you ask for? So few minor weepers. Anyhow, it's time to change the blade, and it's time to pick some razor for the Monday. So I hope you had a nice weekend, hope you enjoyed this shave, so stay tuned with Wicked-Whiskers and we will try something else. Until next time, see you now.